tuned into the Pandora Word Box Show. And today I have a very exclusive interview for you today. Um, Today I have the pleasure of interviewing Mr. Nathan Impact Jolley. Um, I'm like so excited about this. Hopefully his brother Noble will be able to come as well. I'm not really sure, but that would be a treat. um, to tell you a little bit about them, they are from the DMV area. They are, I mean, like, they could be Prince's little brothers. They play like so many instruments. They are jazz performers, jazz, everything. They play all instruments. They're multi-instrumental drummers, producers. I mean, today you're gonna get an interview that's gonna blow your mind. So just make sure you stay tuned with me today. Um, You'll hear some exclusive music from Mr. Kenny Lattimore that we're gonna play. It's gonna be a nice show, so make sure you tune in. And also, don't forget, at 11:30, we also gonna start the tribute for Khalil Wiggins, also known as Big Lil. So just stay tuned with me today. It's going down right here on the Pandora Word Box Show or on Win DC Radio. Stay tuned. y'all? It's Pandora. I'm back, and Mr. Jolley has entered the
Hello,
building.
hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How is everything going today?
Blessed. I woke up this morning, the sun was shining, so we good.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Blessed to have you here.
Thank you.
We're in DC. We appreciate you coming and chilling with us.
Absolutely.
I want to tell the people a little bit, tell the listeners a little bit about you. Okay, so you're a Washington, D.C. native.
Yes, Washingtonian.
Northwest. Northwest. Oh, you from
Uptown.
Uptown. Okay, look, I know one of my show hosts, he probably yelling 640 Uptown. That's where he from. Shout out to Bam. So you from up that way?
Yep.
You were homeschooled.
Yes.
Yeah, so how did you socialize with the kids in the neighborhood?
Okay, so first of all, it was a bunch of us. I'm the youngest of 7.
Right.
So.
Oh, you the baby.
I'm the baby. So it was. We had a whole village in there already. So our parents had 2 sets of twins. So I have older brothers that are twins.
That's Victor and Vincent. Right.
I have 3 sisters in the middle, and my brother and I. And we're twins. So it's 2 sets of twins and 3 girls.
And Rashida, is she one of the older girls, or is she the baby girl?
Rashida is. If she's listening, she would want me to say she's the younger girl, but she's the oldest of the 3 sisters.
Shout out Rashida if you're listening.
So Rashida is my sister, who's a harpist. Who toured with Lady Gaga, was on the Miss America pageant. Also did America's Got Talent.
Yes.
And she's a phenomenal harpist.
Yes.
Yeah.
My thing is, all of y'all, the 3 of y'all. Okay, this is what I wanted to ask, because I was doing this. I was like, man, have y'all 3 got together, had like that jam session?
We have. Growing up, our house was. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was talking about how his mother wouldn't let him do music. And so I called my mother up because my mother actually never let us stop doing music. So we literally the house would be so loud. My mom never told us to be quiet. Our neighbors always called the cops on us. And that's when we knew we had to be quiet. It would be like 11, 12, we still doing music in the house. So we always, really musical family. We all grew up. Our dad was actually the first jazz graduate
from Howard University, yes.
With his degree in jazz studies. And so he kind of passed that down on to my siblings.
Yeah, so with that, your father being the first to receive that, is it that everybody holds y'all standards so high that y'all can't slack for nothing?
Well, yeah. So my brother and I tried to go to Howard. We went to Howard for a year.
For free, I hope.
Yes, definitely.
Free. Like for free, I
Praise
hope.
the Lord.
Yes.
We went there, and it was interesting because a lot of the same professors that taught my dad were still there.
Whoa.
Them guys, they live at Howard. Those professors been there for forever. So it was great. But they were there, and it was sort of kind of like my brother and I wanted to create our own
image, your own self, not live under dad.
Exactly.
But knowing who your father was, they expected so much from y'all.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, since you were homeschooled, so you never got to play with none of the DC school bands or.
Okay. We didn't. We did do the DC Youth Orchestra.
Right.
And then also, who came on as a mentor for us was Davey Yarborough from Duke Ellington School of Performing Arts. So we spent a lot of time doing that. Surprisingly enough, my brother and I ended up both having 2 prom dates. Being
y'all go see.
Being homeschooled. So our parents were really big on keeping us in extracurricular activities. So every day we were kind of doing different things and things of that nature. So that kept us pretty busy. We would always hang out at the malls and stuff like that. So, we had a lot of social interaction. It was really cool. Well, our first 2 years we were homeschooled, we hated it until one day our friends found out that we were ordering pizza and Chinese for lunch every day. Right? And it was like we were watching A Different World, all the reruns like Martin and all the shows. So they were like, hold on, you watching TV? Yeah, it's we do our work at 9 and then by noon we're finished because most schools it's 26 people to a class. Right. It would just be my brother and I or my sisters. So 2 or 3 of us. So obviously the amount of work would go by much quicker because it was such a shorter group of us. So normally by 1 o'clock we were done. So it was actually kind of like after our second, third year, it was like, oh no, this is dope.
Like I'm gonna get up in a minute.
I'm gonna get up, stretch out, chill out. Yeah, so it was cool.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So your other siblings that don't do music, what do they do?
They well, I have one of my older brothers is DC police officer.
Okay.
The older brother's actually a chef.
Oh,
He does
okay.
different things. My sister Vivian is one of the leading breast cancer specialist surgeons.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so she does that. Then I have another sister, Christina, who's an actress, as well as different entrepreneur as well.
Okay.
And I have a twin brother, obviously.
Yes,
musician.
musician.
You know, who's a musician, and we're like two peas in the pod. We've been really blessed to perform together.
Y'all them tight twins that's like inseparable.
You know, it's like it's very interesting because I tell people all the time, we were twins, we would still be best friends. So we're like two very different personalities. He's like a little bit more chill, a little more laid back.
Okay.
But we like complement each other really well. And obviously, like musically, that's like the biggest thing that we have is we've always done music together our whole life, producing as well as performing. We're actually doing two shows today.
Yes.
We're doing the Kennedy Center Millennium Stage at 6.
And that's with the Temptations and
that's with the Boys and Girls Club. Yeah, the Temptations.
Yeah.
One of the lead singers from the Temptations will be performing there. With the Boys and Girls Club, they've been doing it for many years now. Tony Small, so we've done it in the past as well. And then we're doing Soto, which is our 6th annual toy drive.
Right.
Tonight, at 8 p.m.
Right. So you've been doing that for 6 years.
We're doing that for 6 years. So it started. Well, we backpedal a little bit. Our father, who we just mentioned, passed away when we were 16 years old. Okay. And so my brother and I continued his legacy and were really blessed that one of the gifts that he left us with was music.
Right.
So we were able to pretty much our whole life do music full time. So we've been.
You never had a 9-to-5?
Never had a 9-to-5. Like my brother and I joke all the time and say, "Yo, we should like go work somewhere and get a seat." We probably would be really bad at it, you know. We'd be really bad, you know.
I don't know. I couldn't see y'all like at McDonald's nowhere.
Yeah, you know.
Like he'd be like, oh.
I do like my food.
Like doing the fries and the grease pop up. He like my hands. You know my. Now y'all
probably burn the kitchen up or something. It would be like really bad. So we did music. We did music our whole life, and so we ended up going to Howard, but we graduated from Johns Hopkins Peabody Conservatory in Baltimore with our degree in jazz. And so we were really blessed to also, you know, when we were at the school, it was a very few, I think it was like 3% African Americans at the time that were there. And so a lot of times, a lot of the teachers and stuff would make remarks like, "Oh, you and your brother is so great." And we're like, you know, we actually grew up in like a lot of talented people. And so, yeah, we're great, but, you know, like in African American society, it's a lot of us that are great. We just always afforded the opportunities. So it's not that we were elitists, it was just that we really got blessed. So we were able to do a scholarship, and next year is going to be the 10th year the scholarship has been in existence for
your
inner
dad
city
and
students.
Right.
And we wanted to focus on minority students that could get the scholarship. And the scholarship is actually our dad's name, Noble Jolley Senior Scholarship. So in line with doing that, we started doing, my former company, started a toy drive. And we partnered with Starbucks. T.I. came through. We collected over 1,000 toys. We teamed up with WPGC, Toys for Tots, different organizations. So that was our first run at doing a toy drive. And we were always in the toy drive with a performance at Bohemian Caverns.
Okay.
And then kids would come. We'd bring kids out on that Sunday, and give toys out and different things like that. So we're staying in line with that. Tonight we're doing a toy drive at Soda, which is 1610 14th Street.
Right.
We'll be doing 2 sets there, 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock, live music, You know, good energy, not any corny holiday Christmas music. It's gonna be dope.
Is your brother? Is your brother gonna play
dope
tonight?
Christmas music, huh?
Is your brother playing
yes,
tonight?
he plays piano. I play
Yes.
drums. He'll be playing tonight. So that, you know, it'll be a lot of fun.
So, question:
Yeah.
you play the drums. Is that the first instrument you fell in love with?
You know what? I have to tell you, I was just beating on everything. Right? I'm serious. Like, I was like 2 and 3, and my siblings would be mad at me because I would get all the pots and pans before mom cooked. And we didn't have a whole bunch of pots and pans. You know, like when you grow up in the black family,
Right.
like you have a million pots and pans. You literally have the stuff you need to cook with.
That's
So
it.
I would have everything lined up in the living room, and I was 2. So I would be like beating on it, and they would be mad. And my
Bam,
mom,
bam.
my mom, bam, bam, yeah. So my mom let us be free spirits. So she literally, it'd be like 8, 9 o'clock, and my siblings are now coming and grabbing like the pots and the pans
Taking them from
and the big old spoons and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So yes, I think like it chose me, like in the essence. Then my brother ended up getting it coming on a little bit later. He got a little late start. I think he started when he was 6 years old.
Okay.
I'm just playing like 6 years old. He got, you know, that's when he really started like
Getting into it.
yeah. So I started at 2, and then I played. I actually went on tour with our church at the time. Went on a tour to different churches like in North Carolina, South Carolina at 3. So they bought me a little kiddie drum set, and I was like playing behind the choir.
Cute. Cute.
Yeah.
Okay. So, memoirs between brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I love the title,
Thank you.
but number 10, Glory.
Yeah. Wow.
When y'all hear that song play, what is the feeling? You're like, this is dead. I mean, like, now that he's gone and y'all have so much music for his
Wow.
memory.
Wow.
What is your feeling when you hear you just put this
Wow.
together like,
Wow.
we did this, but then we get right there, Dad, come on, it's like,
Wow. Wow.
What is your feeling?
Man, wow, you do your homework first of all. You're
Yes.
dope.
Thank you. Y'all heard it first here.
My Libra
Jolley
sister.
said, I'm done.
My Libra sister. Yeah. Yo, that's like kind of, damn, that's like a great question because we have recorded the whole album. And so we had, at the time, this was in 2011, we had self-funded it. So we was just like, you know, young, wanting to do our own album, put it out on our own. And that was the very last song we recorded. And it was like kind of like emotional because I think it was a chance for my brother and I to kind of like see how far we had kind of come. And so that was actually a song that our dad actually wrote.
Right.
That we recorded. He's on the intro, kind of talking before and stuff like that. So I'm like, that's like a really great question. Yeah. It kind of like takes you back to that place of just being just like, you know, thankful because, you know, like with music, you know, music is a gift that comes from God.
Right.
I've, you know, been blessed to produce an artist from here by the name of Kenny Lattimore.
Yes.
And we were really fortunate to be up for this year's album at the Stellar Awards.
Yes.
We lost to Oprah for the Greenleaf soundtrack, but I said I
Okay.
could take losing to Oprah. That's cool. I can deal with that. It's all good. But he's from here, and I tell you all the time, like when I go on with artists, like my brother and I produce other artists, you have to like, let the door open and just let God come in.
Okay.
And like that song was kind of came from that, like that energy.
Right. So as y'all making music, do y'all
Yeah.
like reminisce on your childhood and as y'all like putting it together?
You know, I think now we're probably starting to do it more. I think everything was just sort of kind of like working to get to the next level.
Mhm.
And, you know, I don't really think we really had a chance to really sit back and look. I think now my brother, he just got engaged.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah, shout out his fiance Stephanie, and he just got engaged. And so now I think he's kind of like moving into like another space. So I think now we're probably talking more about like how we started and where we came from, and you know, kind of reminiscing more as we get a little bit older.
Okay. Do either one of y'all
I'm so focused on the future. It's like,
you focus on the future?
yeah, I don't have time to be sitting around thinking too much about the past. You know.
Okay. So Okay. So we're gonna take a break right now, y'all. We'll be back with more of Mr. Jolley in 1 minute.
Let's set each other free, create a new life. With the wrong in the world, let's improve the earth, create a new life.
morning, y'all. You're tuned into the Pandora Word Box Show, and we're back in the box with Mr. Jolley.
What's up?
Okay, so Impact.
Yes.
What name? Is that your studio name? Is that the name you work under?
So that's my producer's name.
Okay.
We just come to make an impact. And my company is Lion Pack Music Group.
Right.
Because I'm a Leo, the greatest sign on earth. And we're lions. We roar. Crazy enough, we were just talking about off air about independent artists.
Right.
I've been developing an artist since she was 10. And she's now 13 years old.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
She's 13 and she's doing Nala's.
She's playing. Well, she's playing. Her name is Shahadi Wright Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
She's playing young Nala in the new Lion King movie,
Yes.
starring some of the stars in there: Beyonce, James Earl Jones, Donald Glover,
Yes.
and she also it just came out, and the promo comes out on Christmas Day. She's also starring with Lupita in a new Jordan Peele film called
Ooh.
Us that comes out in March.
But
So-
she has the voice of a grown woman.
Yeah, she does. I
seen y'all. I guess y'all was rehearsing as you playing it. She was like, Dad, she has the voice of a grown woman.
Yeah, so she came in. I met her. She did a consult with me. Her and her parents did a consultation with me in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard her voice. I was Skype. My cousin introduced her to sing, and he knows how much I'm a fan of great singers. And one of my favorite singers is Brandy. Yeah, that's one of my favorite. Brandy, people don't understand. Brandy's one of the greatest voices of our generation. We just, because she did Moesha, we don't realize how great of a singer she is, but we're forgetting, like, she was Whitney Houston's goddaughter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Whitney Houston's not going to stamp you unless you can, like, sing.
True.
Like, Brandy's, like, the best. So, I'm a huge fan, so my cousin knows that I love supporting. I've been blessed to obviously work with mainstream artists, but I love, also finding up-and-coming talent. And he said, yo, you gotta hear this girl. I'm like, He said, she's 10. So he said, no, you gotta hear her. So we get on Skype, and she sings, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Shortly after that, she comes to LA. She stars in Hairspray on NBC with Ariana Grande.
Yes.
And then we do a Christmas project that's actually on Spotify. If you go with Shahadi Wright Joseph, we did a Christmas project that came out. And so now we're actually working on her EP right now, currently.
Okay. So with her, I mean, is it hard with I don't want to say a child, but with a client her age?
Yeah.
Is it hard to dissect the songs you want for her?
Yeah, it is. Well, she actually, the first time we went in the studio, she comes from Broadway.
Oh, okay.
So she did The Lion King on Broadway. So she actually really kind of made it difficult for me to work with people. This is when I knew that I wanted to executive produce a project. She made it difficult for me to work with some of the older artists.
Ooh.
Because she would come in the studio and do her vocals in 45 minutes. Because she has a Broadway training, she always came to the studio prepared. And I was dealing with grown adults that we be sitting there all day. And it's cool, that's the process it takes sometimes. We would sit there all day doing songs they could do in 45 minutes. And so when she would come so prepared, it was kind of like inspiring. It was like, wow, like just the focus. It's kind of like, I would imagine it's probably like how some of the producers felt when Michael Jackson was like 9, 10 years old.
You're coming in there.
Yeah, he would come into the studio with Motown and just knock his records out. So it's like another seriousness. Music-wise, we're kind of focusing just on positive, uplifting black messages for young black girls. Like she has a record called Skin I'm In. We just did a record called Crash that Faith Evans' daughter wrote. China wrote her a record called Crash that was just played. They played a snippet of it in Japan, in Tokyo. So we're haven't released it yet, but it was a snippet for a TV show.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so a lot of her records are just sort of kind of focused on,
Okay. And since we're talking about kids, let's talk about your nephew.
Yeah.
Don't touch his magical hair.
Oh, yeah. Again, you're dope. Not to do a shameless plug, but he will be there tonight at Soto.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we're going to be giving out a couple books some of his books.
Great.
He's donating some books and going to be signing some books. Yes, he had a book, Please Don't Touch My Magical Hair. It's about, he has beautiful, natural black hair, and you know how it happens in our community. I was actually with my publicist on the elevator, and she has, big hair, and this white lady just starts touching her hair on the elevator.
What?
True story. This just happened like last week. Just starts touching her hair. So that's kind of what the book is like. Is please don't touch my magical hair.
Right.
Like, put respect.
Just gonna touch
Yeah, put respect on it. So we're actually donating some of the books along with the toys to Westminster Church, which is going to be given away to different schools and recreational centers and things of that nature. So he will be there tonight, 1610 14th Street, Soto.
Right. So do you know when did he start writing this book?
It was about interesting. It really happened about a year and a half ago, before Shahadi actually got the two movies. Shahadi's maybe 3 years older than my nephew, and I love with Shahadi's parents how they positioned her. So I told my sister and her husband, I said, I want to introduce y'all to Shahadi's parents because I love what they're doing with their daughter. And Charles B, who wrote the book, is my godson. My godson as well. So I introduced them, and I feel like it was kind of birthed in that meeting because my sister and her husband found great inspiration in talking to Shahadi's parents.
Okay.
And so it kind of trickled down.
And let him do his thing.
Yeah. And it was actually, I was very super proud. It was a top seller on Amazon.
That's what's up.
Yes.
You go, babe.
Yeah.
All right, so how old were you when you wrote your first song which a celebrity bought from you?
Wow. How old was I? Well, that's interesting because I think I never really looked at it because I know what this station represents. I remember being a kid and Chuck Brown used to come over to my house. My mom is an entertainment lawyer.
Oh, okay.
And was Chuck Brown's lawyer for not too long after Bustin' Loose came out.
Okay.
And so I think I was always sort of kind of around celebrities. I just didn't really know it. I think the first song I wrote that got recorded was something my brother and I did when we were 13 years old for a project. It was like a youth album. And so we did a song there. One of the first artists that I worked with that I would say was a mainstream artist was actually Meyer, who's from hometown,
Yes.
DMV.
Yes.
The DMV, all day. But I've always just kind of made music. I think I've been blessed to be a part of some YouTube stars development and kind of seeing people go. So it's always just kind of been like who I connect with on a personal level. Like, somebody comes to the studio trying to figure out like how can we tell this story? How can we, get the message that we want across? And sometimes it's, celebrity, sometimes it's independent artists, Like I have I've been doing like a lot of records in Tokyo and Japan that people won't hear here, but like it's doing very well over there.
Right.
So for me, it's just like energy and just vibrations and frequencies are just who I connect with on a spiritual level.
Okay. So how many languages do you speak?
I barely speak one. No. I spent, when I was in college, I did 3 years of German.
Okay.
And the only word I remember from German is Wunderbar. That's it. That's all I remember. So I would stick with one. You got to speak. When you learn a language, you got to kind of speak it.
Right, fluently and to keep hold on.
You got to have somebody that you speak it.
So when you go to Japan, how do you communicate?
Oh my goodness. Well, Japan, Japan is one of the first places I've been to. A lot of people don't speak English there.
Right.
So, you go to different countries, you find most people speak English. When I'm on stage, we have a transmitter, and so I have somebody that's
translating
for me through a headset.
Okay.
And my producer partner, Hero, who's from Tokyo, he usually helps me communicate. And when I get over there, I learn little words to get by.
So that's heroism, right?
Heroism, yes.
Shout out to heroism.
Yes. Yeah. Shout out to heroism for sure.
Okay. So, all right. So tell the listeners and the artists that may be listening a little bit about Lion Pack Music Group.
Lion Pack Music Group was formed. The first artist that we're actually launching is Shahadi. Lion Pack Music Group was formed. When I first got to LA, I was blessed to work with different artists. As an artist, I just did a project with named Raven Justice, and he's done records with French Montana, the Migos, a bunch of people. I just did a record with him for his last project, Raven Justice, featuring Too Short. And I was so impressed by certain artists that weren't signed to labels and were independent, but that I consider leaders of the new school. They were independent with big followings. And the beautiful thing about music nowadays is success is measured on a much different scale than it was in the past. Many years ago, if you grew up in Motown, Detroit, if you didn't get signed to a label like Motown or Stax or Cadillac Records or something like these type of labels, you couldn't have a platform outside of your neighborhood. You could be the best male group in Detroit for your area. Now you can literally take your phone and upload a song and be around the whole world.
Yes.
Yeah. So success is like different nowadays, and so Lion Pack was formed because lions are the only cats in the jungle that move together in packs. So a lion is better in a pack than it is alone. And so you kind of get to a point where it's like a pack of people that I've been blessed to work with and go with that don't have label deals, but that do very well. I produce an artist named Andrew Garcia, who's an American Idol. He's not somebody that's like a mainstream artist, but he has millions of followers. He tours all the time. He puts out his own music. He does brand deals and he gets to enjoy his life.
That's good.
And it's not like he has to be underneath a microscope, but he's really successful because that's what he wants. So Lion Pack was kind of formed on that opinion of we're the leaders of the new school. This is a different business model that we operate now in the music industry, where everybody doesn't have to be on a label, or you don't have to be on TV to say, oh, you're successful because you're everywhere. That's not what some artists don't want. That they just want to create their art and share it. So that's how Lion Pack was formed.
Yeah, that's what's right about Andrew. You say he's comfortable there.
Yeah.
Some of them don't want that Beyonce and Jay-Z. Like, they want to just stay with it. They want to be able to go into the grocery store and grab something if they want to grab
exactly.
something,
Exactly.
So,
and just create their art and share their art. There's another artist that a YouTuber I worked with named Asia Major. And Asia, she did records with me for Fifth Harmony, Shantae Moore, and Asia is a independent artist, and she had the only original song on Spike Lee's She's Gotta Have It.
Oh, okay.
And so Asia was one of our first clients with Lion Pack that we developed, and she's now a YouTube star. We started, and I think within like a year and a half, she grew about 200,000 followers on YouTube. In less than a year and a half. And so she's able to, do her thing, do her music, share it. So, that's the exciting thing I think about where we are now in the music industry, is that you can create your own, what success means to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, even though you didn't go to DC public schools, they have taken. Yeah. Sorry, Uncle Willie. They have taken music out of the schools. So they're like no programs.
Sad.
That teach music.
Sad.
It's like the kids don't say, "Oh, I got band." They don't have that anymore.
It's really sad.
And I'm like, being here, not even just the DC culture, but the black culture. We're musical. It's in us. I don't care what it is. Even if we just starting off tapping on the desks and it's in us. It's our blood.
Literally, it's what keeps. If it wasn't for that, me and my brother definitely would have been in the streets. 1,000%.
You think so?
100%. Because when our dad died, we had to make money. You know what I mean? We had to start supporting the family. So me and him, we said, truth of the matter is, we said we're gonna do this. We can either sell music or we can sell drugs. So we said we're gonna do this music thing, and thankfully it worked out. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. And so like, you know, that's why we come back and do the things that we're doing now, like with the Boys and Girls Club, the scholarship to Johns Hopkins, to give people the opportunity, you know, especially that look like us and that come from where we come from.
Right.
You know, even though I'm in LA, DC's still home.
Right.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
what's up. That's what's up.
You know.
So, who was the disciplinary, mom or dad?
Oh, wow. Mom. Dad.
Yeah, he said it, mom.
You know, when you get older, you thought it was dad, but it was just mom telling dad what to do. yeah, we were like, we were just so creative all the time. We weren't like too bad.
Okay.
We weren't too bad.
And like I told you, as we talk, I like to get personal.
Yeah.
Right now, one thing, besides him being here, tell me one thing you miss about your dad.
Wow, that's a great question. You know, I think I miss being able to thank him for like a lot of the lessons that he taught, and just just having a positive outlook on life. You know, because life is not easy. You know, I was just talking to a friend of mine who was a great hairstylist. He did hair for Nia Long, Gabrielle Union.
Celebrity hairstylist. And he moved to LA, and we came up together in the trenches of LA. We really grinded it out and saw each other in our highs and our lows, as friends should. As friends, we went through that, and he went blind about a year ago, and I remember talking to him on the phone, and he was just so positive about everything and being optimistic about the whole life, that it made me sit back and say, we really can't take this thing life for granted. You know what I mean? And when you're in a situation where no matter where you are, just being resilient and being persistent and just focusing on what it is that you want to get out of life, you're going to get it. And he's been able to survive and start other companies, and obviously he can't do hair anymore, but he's able to get into different entrepreneurial type endeavors. And so getting that understanding, our dad really instilled in us, keeping God first. That's definitely something that I'm really thankful for it. And just honestly, just being positive. I think it's all about how you look at things. Okay. Is Westminster your home church?
Westminster isn't, but it's a church that obviously we're donating the toys to. And when I came up playing, they have a jazz night on Friday nights. Right. So we would play at Westminster.
Okay, that's your connection with the church. And everything.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Exactly.
Okay, so Bohemian Cabins down on U Street.
Yeah, it's closed down now.
Why? But I would love for somebody that looked like us to buy it.
So Davey Yarborough is putting the bid in on it. It came out from
That's
Duke
what's
Ellington.
up.
Yeah, it came out. It was online. He's looking to get it. Omar is a really good friend of mine. We actually really kind of started together. So Bohemian had a special place in my heart because a lot of the equipment, that was there, actually my brother and I, we left it there. We gave it to Bohemian Cabins because we were playing there all the time. And so Bohemian was a kind of a really big loss in the jazz community as well as the poetry scene too. Yeah. It was, like I spit
there before. So.
Yeah. Oh, you do poetry?
Yes.
I
Not
love
today.
it.
But yes, I spit.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, but I will say, in coming back home, the scene is getting really good in DC. Yes. There's new places like Soto. There's live jazz at Mr. Henry's every Wednesday night. Ben 1301 has great music. Twins Jazz is still one of the longest running jazz clubs in DC. So I'm happy to see that. And I left DC. I left in 2013, and it was really bad because I used to was partnered with B. Smith's Restaurant that was in Union Station. Okay. And my brother and I used to do live jazz there 3 nights a week, and then that closed down. And then another place on U Street called Cafe Nema closed down. So when I left, a lot of places were closing down. Yeah. So it's great to see like new spots like Soto, like I said, Ben 1301, Mr. Henley's. Those places weren't here when I left. So to come back and see that
now. Open up to the jazz scene.
The JoJo's. We played at
Okay.
JoJo's last night. So on U Street.
So do y'all have like a website where people could see where your events are and everything?
Yes, you can go to NateJolley.com or Lion Pack Music Group.
Oh, okay. So how often are you here?
You know, I'm here.
Because it's cold. You know, in California right now. When you, like, DC my home, but I can fly over here with the sun real quick.
Right. Well, you know, it's literally, people think I'm lying when I say this. DC is the greatest place. I got to LA, when I got to LA, I kind of had to buckle down, like, get in it. You know, I really wanted to get in, and was blessed to like really work my way into, getting into the industry and working with people that I wanted to work with and my peers. So I didn't get back much, but the last 2 years, I'm, I guess what you call bi-coastal. Okay. So I'm halftime here, I'm halftime there. Because it's not like, no warmth like you're going to get from DC. You can go to U Street, Busboys and Poets, get some good food.
Now, talk about places, Busboys and Poets are opening up everywhere.
Yeah.
We even getting one in Southeast on the south side now. So
cool.
That opens
good
up a
food,
lot of doors.
The mom cooks.
Yes.
Grandma's still alive. Got to go over there and get some of grandma's food. So, I'm always here.
Yeah. So do mom, I know she's older, she still come out to events and everything?
She does. I was getting on her today because my sister Sheeta, her new artist name is Talani.
Okay, right.
And so my mom, I told her today she has to come out tonight. So she's going to be there. Whenever my sister does a show, my mom is going to be there. So I said, just act like she's going to be at the show tonight.
Right, because I was listening to it. She said it was her mom's idea for her to put the singing with her heart.
Yeah.
And she killed it.
Yeah.
She kills it.
She did one of the biggest tours, one of the highest selling tours in the last decade with Lady Gaga's Monster Ball tour.
Monster Ball, yeah. That's what's up.
She did the HBO special too with Lady Gaga and Beyonce. Incredible harpist and singer. Yes. Check her out too. She has a new album she just released as well.
Okay.
And you can.
Is it under which name?
It's under Talani, Tulani.
Okay. Is it Talani Jolley or is she just going Talani?
Talani Regis.
Okay.
Yeah, Regist. Yeah, she released a new album called Unscripted. It's on iTunes, Spotify. Great project.
Okay. That's what's up. Yeah, I was doing my research. I was like, oh, look at little sis. But she's the oldest sis. Yeah. She getting it in.
That's
so because I noticed what I noticed. All y'all have this smile. Who y'all get your smile from? Mom or dad?
Oh, we get it from both. Like
both of them have that like
smile. Yeah. We get it from both. We grew up with like a lot of love and like a lot of like my siblings were like super close. So we always just like to live, have a good time. I mean, for goodness sake, our last name is Jolley. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We say Jolley by name, Jolley by nature. So that's how we live. We like to enjoy life.
Jolley by name, Jolley by nature. I like that.
Yeah, live to the fullest.
Okay, that'll be nice. Now I'm putting it on it. I need something with you, your brother, and Rashid. I need all y'all together. Just make it.
Let's do it, y'all.
Send it to me.
Let's do it.
Just send it to me. That would be high.
Our mom's biggest dream is for us to do a Christmas album together.
See, Mom, I'm with you, Mom. I am with you.
Biggest every time on Christmas.
I just became a fan, like doing this research. I was like,
oh, that's so cool.
Because actually, what people don't know is a lot of people of color in jazz.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's our music. We created
right.
it. We created it, and it comes, it really comes out of the blues. It comes out of church. It comes out of the struggle of the African American And so, jazz is definitely, it's definitely really a huge part of DC. I mean, Duke Ellington is from DC.
Right.
Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye was
Yes.
a drummer, a jazz drummer before he was like a singer.
My grandmother was so in love with Marvin Gaye. She was playing this music around the house. So, girl, that's supposed to be your granddad. Like, grandma, come on now. But my grandmother used to sing with a group called the Chantels.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Can you sing?
No. No, not at all. I be trying though. Yeah, I try, but I ain't got not a note, y'all. Not a note. All right, so right now I'm gonna play a clip, of course, from my girl, Rashida.
Yes. Yes.
Favorite performances of hers. Alright, y'all, this is Rashida Jolley, and this is her performance at her listening party for her first single.
Thank you, Uncle Willie. Thank you all for coming tonight. This means everything in the world to me. Thank you so much for all your patience. We had some technical difficulties. So thank you so much. I love every one of you, and I love you guys so much. And I feel so much love in here, and I feel tonight, and I feel the spirit of my Father. So I know that comes from all of you. So thank you for that. The first one we're gonna do is one of my favorite songs. Somebody put me to a challenge and said, I don't think you could ever do this song on a harp. So I went home and learned the song that night. This is the first song. It's a man's world. It's a man's world. Oh, it will be nothing, nothing without a woman. Oh, girl. See, man made a cup. Take us home for the road. Man made a train to carry heavy loads. Man made the electric light. Take us out of the dark. Man made the poor water. Like, oh, make that rock. Yeah, this is a man world. Won't be nothing without a woman or a girl.
right, y'all. That was the voice of Miss Rashida Jolley,
Yes.
known as Miss Talani now.
Yes.
Man, that is wonderful. I am so proud of you and your family.
Oh, thank you so much.
You know, just being from here and just seeing that you didn't take the other way.
Yes.
And y'all kept it positive and just did what a man was supposed to do and took care of the house and
Thank
legally, you know.
Yes.
Cause then it'd be mad your brother, the one that's the police officer, be knocking in. Like,
I
oh, that's
know,
my
right,
brother right there.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
But congrats to all the Jolley kids.
Thank you so much.
I know y'all dad would be so proud of all
Thank you.
y'all.
Thank you
Musical
so much.
and not musical, you know.
Thank you. Well, listen, we here, you know, definitely DMV is home. Please make sure, you know, you come out tonight, bring a toy to Soto, 1610 14th Street, 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. And, you know, come and hear some great music, you know, get a chance to see us live. And, you know, continue to follow us, Lion Pack Music Group. Follow me on Instagram at Nate Impact. And, you know, follow the journey. A lot of great things coming in 2019. Some major announcements coming at the top of the year. So we're really excited.
Okay. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming in. All right, y'all. I'm going to take another music break, and I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Pathetic, angry, emotional, insecure, self-conscious, stupid, weak, fragile, unsure, anxious, afraid, foolish,
Break these old habits,
old habits,
old habits. Let it go, hold it in. You're my weakness, you're my sin. Gotta fight, can I win? Old habits dying hard. I'm addicted to you. I'm addicted to you. Old habits so hard to break, feeling so lost in my thoughts of you. Old habits so hard to break, I cannot break away from you. Old habits so hard to break, feeling so lost in my thoughts of you. Old habits so hard to break, I gotta break away from you. I was weak, but you knew I was foolish. You knew that too.
you like that I was weak.
How I would try over and over again. Pick myself up just to fall again. Cried out for you, ignored my call again.
I gotta let this go.
I'm Beautiful colors, radiance expelled by hues of you. I'm so amazed by the colors of your love. Your copper kisses and golden charm, the lavender that finds me in your arms, the colors of your love. From your reddest passion to your bluest calm, right down to the spectrum that is your heart. These are the colors of your love. Beautiful colors, radiance expelled by hues of you. I'm so amazed by the colors of your love. I try to speak, I've lost the words. Your colors have captivated my heart, right to the inner man of me. The colors of love you need, you find inside of me. The colors I need are found in you. Beautiful colors, radiance expelled by hues of you. I'm so amazed by the colors of your love. Beautiful colors, radiance expelled by hues of you. I'm so amazed by the colors of your love.
All right, y'all. It's that time. I'm about to start my tribute for Mr. Khalil Wiggins, also known as Big Lil, right here from the DMV. Original member of Section 8 Mob. We're gonna get down and dirty. We got some of his family and friends coming through. 12:30, we're gonna go outside, do a balloon release. If you're in the area, come on by. We at Iverson Mall, Suite 110. My first interview, I'm gonna be talking to Fairmont Fats. He was actually working on the last project done with Mr. Khalil Wiggins. Well, with Big Lil. I'm gonna say Big Lil for y'all. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. And it's going down right here on the Pandora Word Box Show on WinDC Radio.
You're with sarcasm too. All that's good in you found its way inside of me. Come along with me. Let's set each other
match with this rap shit. They rather get stacked quick, cash for your mattress, and pull out them gas quick. Niggas do jack shit, flip a nigga, kill him over some crack shit. Most of my adult life, dog, I've been hustling backwards, hustling back. You know what? I'ma show these motherfuckers what the meaning of pro-black is. But the fact is, these niggas, they actors, man, touch on so many angles. Students pull they protractors round here. Dreezy, water, shrooms, X Factors, Ronnie, Ron, Yola, all types of muscle relaxers, G's at a time, but I know it's just practice for the rhyme, right? Limelight, stage, theatrics, share the stage. I mastered with this crazy bastard. Pay me before the show, or you could pay me after. You try to duck me, I'ma make you show me where that cash is.
You going up north to see Khalil this weekend?
Finally gonna work on this music thing. Work on this tape. Somebody who listen to it.
Political cap shit don't match with this rap shit. They rather get stacked quick, cash for your mattress, and pull out them gas quick. Niggas do jack shit, flip a nigga, kill him over some crack shit. Most of my adult life, dog, I've been hustling backwards, You know what? I'ma show these motherfuckers what the meaning of pro-black is. But the fact is, these niggas, they actors, man, touch on so many angles. Students pull they protractors round here. Dreezy, water, shrooms, X Factors, Ronnie, Ron, Yola, all types of muscle relaxers, G's at a time, but I know it's just practice for the rhyme, right? Limelight, stage, theatrics, share the stage. I mastered with this crazy bastard. Pay me before the show, or you could pay me after. You try to duck me, I'ma make you show me where that cash is.
Yeah, I got a flow. It ain't gonna get me rich though, cause it been proven y'all don't want the truth, and that's all I know. It's not more money with problems, the more you fake the more drama. Motherfucker, I pray to win, fuck just getting by. Getting high, leaving my children with nothing when I die. See, you never know when it's your time to meet the master. And you gotta turn around and try to explain your blast for me. But as for me, motherfucker, it's not a game. But I do have plenty of it. True as shit, Pac ever spit was game with applied, helped me survive so many centuries. I do patience for the foolishness. Nigga. This world is ruthless, and it's merciless in this dispersion of misery, misguidance. Tired of hearing the lies, realest so-called killers making more confessions than us. Miss me with that bullshit, this nigga. You either telling, or you one of them. Say it, I take this shit too serious. You know, but I like to have fun. Laugh, joke, talk a lot of shit. When it's all shit and done, I'ma give you something you can run with, live by and prosper. May not be the wisest one. I'ma give you one before I step. Greatest victory, any man get high. It's the conquering of himself. Yeah.
Yo, spread the word. Top shutters are back in full effect. Hey, yo, Dangles. He's a real soldier for a long time. You hear me? I look for some soldier. Link up.
Big Lil did the track, young, turn it up.
I'm Montana for show, for show. Hustle, y'all. Life after. You know what? They do the death dance, I do the life walk. They conversate about nothing, I do the slight talk. Dirt about my lonely, co-defendant just might talk. Wind up on the sidewalk, Trey style, white chalk. I left y'all boys waiting, that's slightly my fault. Perfected my craft, trapped up in a time vault. All types of ups and downs, keep the right calls. The right sauce make me feel spiritual light falls. You hear me clearly? My mic's off, dinner's already served. Pick the right fork. I need my mansion by the water plus the right love, so I'ma hold it. Then I'ma off it for the right cause. You hear me clearly? My mic's off, dinner's already served. Pick the right fork. I need my mansion by the water plus the right love, so I'ma hold it. Then I'ma off it for the right cause.
Even though them got count right, Bama can't stand us, we pumping the draw. Look to these guys for answers, taking his chances out here pumping the snow. Even though them got count right, Bamas can't stand us, we pumping the draw. Look to these guys for answers, taking his chances out here pumping the snow.
Platinum and gold finger, son of a soul singer. Your boy gave you up, ain't that's what on my toes stringer? The grass is better on whoever side that road greener. I leave your thumbs up, cause I chopped off your 4 fingers. I'm infected with realness, it's impeccable chillness. Yeah. Play this anywhere in the world, homie, I bet they feel this. Yeah, I'm still infected with this pain, they still don't know who Lil is. 8 Mob came through the door with Poe and crushed the building. Man, this is all factuality, fuck your feelings. From the bottom to the top, you can't touch the feeling. Did it before, do it again. Clutch the million, create the music outlet for all my ghetto children. They wrote me off when I was high off the dip, but my aim was to take it about as high as it get. They quickly kick you when you're down, that got me highly upset. When they pulled me back from the brink, I said, get back, I'ma get thanks to the...
Even though them got count right, Bama can't stand us, we pumping the draw. Look to these guys for answers, taking his chances out here pumping the snow. Even though them got count right, Bamas can't stand us, we pumping the draw.
You know?
Look to these guys for answers, taking his chances out here pumping the snow.
I got a plan to get 100 grand. Oh no! The block is hot, dog. I'm a wanted man. Oh no! But still I'm out here with my gun in hand. Oh no! A nigga out here on the run again. Oh no! I got a plan to get 100 grand. Oh no! The block is hot, dog. I'm a wanted man. Oh no! But still I'm out here with my gun in hand. Oh no! A nigga out here on the run again. Oh no! This is the...
Even though them got count right, Bama can't stand us, we pumping the draw.
Yeah.
Look to these guys for answers, taking his chances out here pumping the snow.
Thanks to the...
Even though them got count right, Bamas can't stand us, we pumping the draw. Look to these guys for answers, taking his chances out here pumping the snow.
Drop that.
All right, y'all. So let's talk a little bit about Big Lil. Khalil Wigton, a national recording artist, original member of Section 8 Mob, also known as Montana, and fondly known in the local music community as Big Lil. December 30th, 2016, Big Lil suffered multiple gunshot wounds and died in his home after being shot by 3 masked men. Although he was shot in his home, Capitol Heights, Maryland, Khalil Big Lil was born and raised in Washington, D.C. on Montana Avenue. The beloved stage name was given to him by fans, which was Montana. From Montana Avenue, Khalil went on to become one of DC's most prominent rap pioneers. He was one of the original members of DC's own Section 8 mob, the first group from here to be signed to a major record deal. His contributions to the city also include him representing and starring in a short film with Morgan Freeman about ending senseless gun violence. Khalil will often be found helping to develop the positive talents of other young aspiring artists from the DMV area. Ironically, one of his last posts to social media was a call for all to find more solutions to stop the senseless violence in our city. At the time, we were trying to get a petition signed to rename Montana Avenue, where he grew up, to Khalil Wiggins Way, in honor of his contributions he made to the community, his family, and DC. That's just giving y'all a little information about Khalil, Big Lil, Montana. At the time of his death, he had a lot of projects going on. I didn't really think this would come up 2 years later, but he had a lot of things going on, a lot of projects that were about to be dropped, and he was just working with a lot of people. Today, first in the box, got, of course, my brother, Fairmont Fats, in the house.
What's happening?
What's up, bro?
You know I can't call it. Put your air up, Big Lil. 1202.
All right, y'all. So right now in the house, I got Fairmont Fats. Fairmont Fats, we're gonna talk a little bit. Tell us about your relationship with Big Lil.
All right, it's an easy situation. Doing a lot of music for a long time with my man District. Shout out to Lacage ENT. And for a long time we were working out the house, and District came upon the situation, got a little studio out Forestville. So we was, making music out of there. One night we were going in to have a session. My man hollered at me, tell me, hey, go ahead and pull up. I'm not there yet, but my man Lil in there, Lil from, Montana, Section 8 mob. I'm like, what? Okay, that's my man. Yeah, so he said, okay, he in there in the studio. So, I go in, I have my key, whatever, get in there. And Lil in there by himself, he making beats, whatever. Cause him and Clown talking about, putting something together, doing something. And, brother, you know, he turn around, see me. I know who he is. He don't got no idea who I am.
Right.
But he never, the first thing that I noticed about this dude is he never made it funny. He was a regular guy, you understand? So he turned around, hey, what's going on, man? Oh, you rap, you know, but the one thing the reason why he got so many people who love him is he showed genuine interest in people. So he never came off, he could have turned around and gave me the, hey, you know who I am, my nigga, you know. He never did that. He was in there making music, I was in there making music, so then from there we, you know, linked up, started doing something. He appreciated, you know, what I did on the track we was doing. We linked up and it took off from there. I mean, and then we just realized, you know, as we would chop and do music and take rides to these venues and whatever, we just realized how similar we were, you know what I'm saying, as far as how we viewed things. And so, it's, you know, it got to be a real connection, and, you know, so it's my dog, man, you know. So, you know, right before he passed, he was always trying to get me to do stuff. He was talking to me for at least a year. You know, like, man, you got to do something with my man Black Woodson. He sounds just like y'all need to get together. Yeah, woo, 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 woo. So we did him and Black Woodson did something up Pure. And I was up there and I bumped into Woodson and we chopped and, you know, it all connected. So we all got together and started doing the Boss Up project. And that was the last thing he was doing before he passed. You know, mastered, everything done. Only thing we was doing was gonna get the visuals done. And, you know, situation happened and it never materialized. But we got the music, you know, I got his voice. I mean, I don't really know what else to say other than that was my dog. I miss him. He was it seemed like the good dudes get taken away way too soon. And he was definitely one of them. He was a grown man. You know, he taught me a lot. And I just appreciate it.
All right, tell me one good memory y'all had that was funny that, you know, you just, when you think about it, you just laugh like, damn, I remember that. Like,
I was cleaning out my phone. I had an old phone. I was cleaning it out so I could transfer everything to the other one. And I had this, it's a pitch black video. You can't see us. But I remember when we did it, is when we was shooting with Wise Tarantino. Shout out to Wise Tarantino. We was trying to get the Boss Up, the running the house video. We was shooting a little video for it, doing the pictures or whatever. So we were just trying to fill it out. It didn't work out or whatever. But anyway, we was coming back from one of the scenes, and me and him in the video, we just walking back to the car, and he on one. You know what I'm saying? Cause we
right.
We was chopping. You know what I'm saying? We had a couple bottles of Hennessy out there and everything else, and he just lunching, man. You know, he just being him. You know what I'm saying? We just on the way back to the car, we talking shit and talking stuff, and you know, it was just it's one of the main things that I missed about it. Just his personality, just the stuff that people didn't know about and didn't see when you know,
right.
when he wasn't, you know. When he wasn't on, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
All right, y'all. All right, we're going to get into a little bit more music, and we'll be back with more conversation about Big Lil.
Let's get thanks for talking about. Bless up. That's His Majesty. I'm His tragedy. Turn victory. My soliloquy. These little grammars they can't get with me. Put the pen to the paper and look at me. Flow of the century. They gon' mention me. And my intention Mississippi, Washington, Mississippi. I hold out one song, that ain't no pimp for me. I said, what you gon' do with it? The O on my jersey like arenas, homie low, I'ma shoot with it. This Cadillac on 22, look how the shoes fitted. The ladies see me on the block, they throw the ooze with it. The youngest see me on the block like youngin', you did it. The world had to fall in love with the way that you spit it. Imagination in me got a lot of truth in it. The days are way back when me and Luca was lieutenants. Ancient sound loud, got a lot of truth in it. Sign still delivered to you, and it's proof written. We got this new business. We the new district, we got a new Congress, and we the new Senate.
Now first of all, we welcome y'all to another crank session. I'm spitting them all, niggas ballin' like it's our profession. And I'm addicted to this music, yeah, it's my obsession. Hit straight to the top, you on the bottom, it's only one direction. Better than your average, savage, you ain't learned your lesson. I'm out here chasing cabbage, I damage beats to perfection. And niggas know that since the teen ain't stalling. I'm in love with this rap like a chick who can help them falling. But fuck abroad, these haters, all that stupid shit. If it ain't about stacking my paper up through the roof, bitch, please, hey nigga, please ease up. Cause we ain't your average niggas, we some real kings, bruh. And I don't play on my pound, I ain't hot and I ain't loud. I don't never back down, but I'ma tell you right now that I do stay flat. If you sipping on that brown, only smoking on that fire, put that bullshit down.
Rap game's most undeniable. To reach heaven, go directly through the fire, Joe. That's what I did. The dirty district's undesirable. All day block hustlers, baby mamas, and them badass kids. I see him roll by in his rental. Continental, nose up in the ear like that's some sad ass shit. Meanwhile, we roll off in the Benzo. Tint the windows, bang the instrumentals. I'm as live as it get. See, I was down off the west side. Now I'm gonna get back. Thank the Lord Daily Joe. He brought me back from the brink. And I remember when he told me, and he showed me I'm down with him, so I'ma ship it just one thing. Similar to Noah in the flood. They show me love, even my homies on drug, cause I give them the truth. And all my homies up in prison, I know they listen, don't worry. The hands of time has got to give them some proof. Let's go.
As always, I like to say that God is everything. Without God, I wouldn't be nothing. Well, now that we done got that out the way, how y'all doing with y'all country ass? Cause I know y'all been talking about it. Boy, y'all been at the barber shops and beauty salons. Girl, I'm going to see the Kings. Get all my shit done. I'm going to see the Kings. Not the Kings, the Kings. Well, goddammit, I got news for you. The Kings is here. If you ain't old school, you don't really know what's happening. That ain't saying nothing against hip-hop. It's just I'm old school to my heart. I ain't converting over. So you know what hip-hop don't do? See, hip-hop don't sing about love no more. Without love, your ass is lacking major shit in your life. Your punk ass run around talking about all the women you got. If your ass ain't in love, your ass done missed the whole ship. That's what I love about old school. They sing about love. Shit right there. Hip-hop has lost their damn mind sometimes. You know what? I shoot you in your chest, I'll wait you.
Yeah, and beat up. Let that thing knock.
You are now tuned in to
man.
Ace Sound Lab Radio. It's your MC and your host, Big Lil.
Yeah.
DJ Happy.
Listen, I'm a killer who can't kill. Imagine my frustration, just as why I let ink spill. Back in perfect places, you can't clone Big Lil. Stop with all your hating, you got a date with Satan. I hope the precious Lord is waiting on me. Oh, so heavenly, child from the 70s. Check out my melody, all good, it better be destiny. Check my telepathy from nothing to everything on your brain. Check out my destiny. The Ace is doing they thing. Bro, connect me, blessing me. Month only 20 bulbs. Can I handle that? Got a team of low-key hustlers making paper stack. And I ain't talking about the Washington Post. On the block with the most. Act foolish and they poppin' your toast. Big Lil shit be rockin' the most. Feel chill on the block with my folks. And get high, get high, get high, get high. Yeah. Let that thing knock a handbrake off. Ace of sound loud. Students of the music. Last president. First king. And we will reign supreme. Let go. Ace of sound now.
Alright, y'all. This was sent to me at midnight. It's a project that he was working on with Killer Cow that wasn't released. Yeah, it dropped on the radio yesterday. Yes, it did. So, here is The Barrel, Big Lil, Killer Cow, and Big B.
Big B.
Yeah. G-Mac. I mean, I don't understand it though. CTC. Just grab some fire drop. Listen. I'm on the front line grinding, trying to find a way to make it out. You be ear hustling, trying to find a way to take me out. Pray to God daily, so my hustle got a safe and route. Never been one for one, I don't understand what all that faking about. It's an enigma, a puzzle. I ain't got the answers, Joe. You hating on the next man. Everything is tangible. Fire and drop, heavy on percussion, deep piano flow. Big Lil, Big B, Killer Cow, the animal. Was it Big Cow? Big B, Killer Lil, the cannibal. Electrocution, lecture, elector, Hannibal. We supposed to be family though. Every man is for himself, the real ones understand me though. I roll up what I'm selling, mixed with funnel and coke. So many crabs in the barrel, these niggas live at the wall. Turn me to 93, OMG, roughing them off. But we can't speak of revolution, man, y'all niggas too soft, huh? Shit. What? That shit you talking that gangster Slim? You killing your brother? Huh? You making another black mother cry? Huh? But you scared of revolution though, right? Yeah, yeah. Talk to him.
If we look at the proverbial crabs in a barrel,
smelling like
the crabs are trying to get up.
Hey, look. Crab ass niggas ain't want me to blow 50 bands plus couturity. You already know I'm on the next flight smoking, literally smelling like gas as I walk past security. You a barrel ass nigga, so your bank account medium. I'm always out of town, I only see him on social media. Come to getting money, I'm down Wikipedia. 28 grams, I can hit you with a liter, bruh. They all in the race. They don't wanna see me in that rollie with that float out face. They don't wanna see me buy my mama a house. I rep the DMV, but get more love in the sofa. Cut my money, my family, this is how I react. I'm shooting at these niggas like G-Mac. Took the entire block with that fire drop. Kitchen music empire equals a lot of guap.
But another crab is pulling the crabs down.
Don't be crab in the barrel. Get the fuck out the barrel, y'all.
Everybody screaming we together, support your own. I get more love out of town than I be getting at home. It's a lot of talent here, but I see what's wrong. When you grinding, they with you. You blow up, they gone. Kinda backwards if you ask me. I gave you all the mixtapes and you still want the album for free. I guess I ain't have to pay for the beat. Or I guess it ain't no mixing and mastering fees. You say you from the street, got some questions, can you answer me these? Is your plug just gonna hand you some keys? Your connect or some green just gonna randomly hand you some weed? Nigga, please, being in the barrel is bad. People don't wanna see you get what they can't have. If they see you rich, then they get mad. But you can get shit too, just get off your ass. Cause that hating shit, it won't last. Kill a crab.
If you see me winning, nigga, then we all winning. If you think about it like that, then that's how you gonna come up. Everybody pulling each other down. Hating on this man, hating on that man, where he from, where he not from. It's all
sisters, friends, and I see some enemies. In fact, I think we'd be fooling ourselves if we had an audience this large and didn't realize that there were some enemies present.
Montana for sure. Yeah, I did track 2, turn it up. Yeah, the big Leo did the track, young, turn it up. These battlers flexing with they pimp powers. Compare my rap to that butter white salt, I'm pushing pin powder. A little pink sour, I get the whole world straight. Killer hate, bump the hit loud. Nouns, adverbs, a little play on words. My dream, mama team, I'ma play on hers. I swear when daddy sing, make you forget all cares. My flow out of this world, homie, I'm not all there. One thing I learned about life is it is not all fair. So I can't help it, I perform and they all stare. You won't catch me in the same gear they all wear. I am nothing like these rappers. Now are we all clear? Well, good, understood, this a feel good here. Straight from the hood, with that hood, I'm trying to kick. This for the mansion and the birds. This is 48 bars, broken down into thirds with 3 hoes. I said they playing my music. Well, I walk right in. They playing my music. Want me to fake, I just can't. I know I ain't no hater, but you call love ain't same. I hate the fact that these youngers ain't straight. Disrespectful to authority, seniority, rank. Must want me to have a new court date. But I've been through all of that before, so nah, no thanks. You can't judge me for the same laws that you all break. I mean, I give it all I got, how much BS I got to take. Put you back up on your feet, and it's the thanks I get. Only time you're happy when you got me upset. Guess I ain't done enough yet. Cause I ain't trying my best to get you out of that mess. Well, God bless, ain't no detour on my road to success. I'ma make it to heaven in this life and the next. I prayed it, then I made it. Tell me what you expect. What I expect is the best of this truth to resurrect. Alright. I said they playing my music. Move so straight. It's my time. Listen, all style, all praise. I just stepped into my world. Welcome to my place. Y'all boys were speeding. Welcome to my place. You chose me. That's why you listen. That shows you got taste. Some nice equipment, homie. You got bass. Got saying they sold them strumming. Come from 8-track tapes. Don't ask me why I'm making the papes. I paid my dues on the corners, gorillas, lions, apes. And I learned, British you don't burn. Always show concern, the truth come, all shades. Sizes and forms, exact opposite of this scorn. I'm built to weather the storm and keep it warm. El color, keep it going. Another opportunity for flowing. Throw another show on my movement on community growing more than I'm knowing. I'm right there with the sunlight on, with my mood so straight and my game so strong. It's so right, it just can't be wrong. They playing my music. Well, I walk right in with my sunlight on, with my mood so straight and my game so strong. I said it's my time, it's just been so long. They playing my music. Walk right in, sunlight on. Move so straight, we let the beat ride out. So right, can't be wrong. I'm on turn up for sure. Right in, sunlight on. Move so straight, we let the beat ride. It's been so long. What's up, homie? 87 Entertainment. Aces. It goes all crucial elements of success. We rock the best, rock the best. We rock the best. We rock the best. All right, man. Yeah. Let the beat ride.
That's my man. That's my man. But one thing.
What's up, y'all? Alright, we going live. Now we live now.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? You're tuned back into the Pandora Word Box Show. And in the house, got some more guests in the box shop. Mr. City in the house.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on? What's going on?
How you doing today?
Oh, that's always a pleasure to be here, man.
Thanks for coming by.
Oh, that's no problem. You know, you put the word out. It's like, okay, let me clear the calendar. You know, cancel some flights. You know what I'm saying? I'm come out and support, man. You always show support to, you know, myself and Kenilworth and our group and, you know, my mom. So, you know, of course I'm gonna come out. And then of course it's for the big homie, Big Lil. So, yeah.
So tell us about your interaction with Lil during his lifetime.
Well, basically just doing shows in the DC area, collabs with him on King's Dominion and One Shot. It's like a couple songs that we did together, and you know, just he's always been like the big brother to everybody in the industry in the DC area. If you ask anybody, he's always had a positive word for you. Always was supportive. Always was looking out. Always, you know what I'm saying, would come support even if he wasn't performing. So, I mean, it's real rare that you find somebody that had something bad to say about, you know, the brother Lil. So, you know, what can you say that, you know, hasn't been said before? You know, the dude was a huge impact for a lot of the people that you see in his room or that's sitting at home, that's listening to his music, and you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, Lil was my dude, man. Yeah.
I remember he told me that he were going to see you and Katrina. Y'all performed out at, what is that? I say Wild World. Or it's still Wild World to me.
For the real DMV, that Wild World is Six Flags. That's an extreme throwback right there. We always say Wild World. That and instead of Landover, you say what it used to be? It used to be Capitol Center.
Yeah, Capitol Center. Yes.
Yeah.
So that day of your performance, how was it out there? All y'all was out there on that stage, and
it was hot as all get out. But I mean, it was a crowd. There was a lot of people out there. Good response from the crowd. Shout out to Tara. Shout out to Fly Candy that was hosting the Taste of PG concert. So I mean, it was a dope time. It was a lot of fun. You know. Yeah, it was a lot of love. You know, a good opportunity to be able to really perform in front of real fans and get a real response, and you know what I'm saying? So it's dope all the way around.
Okay, so what is one of your fondest memories of him, which was like sort of funny?
Wow.
Because he's a character. We all know he's a character.
Okay. When we was Lil had asked me to give him a ride out Laurel. So at that time, I was trying to, you know, find a track that we can all work on. So I'm playing the King's Dominion beat in the car. So he immediately starts freestyling to it. He's like, yeah, City, we know we can do that joint, you know. And so every time from that point on, every time I seen him, he'd be like, City, man, I got the hook. It's King's Dominion, and I was just like looking at him like, all right, yeah, you know. But when he laid it down and sent it to me, man, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta have I can't just, one, I can't just come halfway with my bars, and two, I can't just, you know what I'm saying? I had to make sure that we had the Dan Everythings, the Zolas, the Enoch, the Seven Prophet. Like I had to make sure we had some hitters on there, because the way he came on that record and the hook and how he just set it up for us, just really make a mark for the sound here in DC. And then the beat was just so him. It just had that bounce of a Lil. So I did, you know, it just all came together like perfect. So yeah, that's one of my stories for Lil that I can think of. But he just would just drive me crazy about that hook.
Okay. So question for everybody in here that worked with Lil, because I know he's on the track with Bello. Hey Bello just entered the building. Y'all know Lil's lyrical talent. Do y'all let him write first, or do y'all go first? How y'all do it?
I don't know. I mean, pull up.
Yep.
he pulling up. I'll say the thing that Lil, I guess, rock with me for is I always had something ready. So, you know, he had a bag of tracks and he would just flip through the tracks and he had a concept. He like, nah, Fast, I know you got something for this. Wait, here go the hook right here go the hook. And do. And, you know, I get in the booth, shout out to Boo Boo, you know, jump in the booth and we'll go. So it wasn't never really a competition thing or being scared he was going to, you know, get at me or nothing. I knew he was going to do what he was going to do, and he knew I was going to do what I was going to do. So that was my experience.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I think, man, we did a track on my last album back in 2016, I think. I think Lil wrote his, I didn't know what he was gonna spit at all until we got to the studio. And so, you know, I picked him up in Southeast and we drove out Law to the studio, Godfather studio. And he got in the booth and did his thing. I did mine first, he did it, and Hostile was on the third verse. And so, about maybe like a week later, when Godfather sent me the track, I was like, nah, man, I gotta redo my verse, cause I mean, my verse was just, it was basic, but it was intended to be that way, because I didn't want to put too much into the song. It was called, you know, Tears Be Flowing. It was talking about how youngins be acting so hard, but once they get behind bars, they start crying. And Leo came in and the way he spit that verse, I was like, nah, man. And then Hostile came in and took it to a whole nother level, and I was like, nah, man. I was like, I can't let nobody outshine me. But I left it like it was, because to me it was always an honor and a pleasure to work with them, because I grew up, you know what I mean, listening to them and seeing them on TV and stuff, and I ain't never thought in a million years I would have the opportunity to even do a track with him, let alone, you know, the times he would come out and stuff. And man, Lil going on stage, period. Ain't no question about it. He ain't gotta pay no slot fees or nothing like that. But yeah, it was good. But I was just listening to that track on the way over here, and it still make me feel like I'm not a rapper.
Alright, so like I asked everybody else, tell me one of your fondest memories of you and Lil. Maybe funny, may not.
Can I start?
Go ahead.
Well, we had an award show, and and you know, Big Lil, he always matching, you know what I mean? Like everything from hat to shoes, right? You know what I mean? Like real talk. Like, yeah, he's the most matchingest dude ever. Yeah, like for real. And that's when I started looking at myself. I was like, hold up, man, I got to start matching too. Like, I can't be taking these pictures next to Lil. He all matched up, and I got on blue, black, green, trying to piece it all together, man. But I mean, that was the funniest thing. But the other, you know, part of that whole situation that day when we took the pictures, and I look back and I was like, damn, Lil, man, he make me feel short as hell. You know what I mean? Like I'm like here, like he over here. You know what I mean? But he was a genuine dude, man. He had the same spirit like that Twan had. You know what I mean? So them two guys right there, man, you know, it's a tremendous loss to the rap community, man.
But
like,
you had the opportunity of working with Twan on stage with Big Lil performance. So
yeah,
what was that for you, man? I mean, like
with me, Lil, and Twan all together on stage. And it's not just one time. Like this is all the time. You know what I mean? But when I look back at those videos, man, I'm like, dang. You know, sometimes we don't really cherish things in the moment. You know what I mean? Like we just, you know, when I see Trife, you know what I mean, on stage, or Fats, you know what I mean, or Katrina, you know what I mean? We gotta start cherishing those moments, man, because right now I don't have my brother. Twan gone, Lil gone. You know what I mean? Like I can't go to a show and see Twan do that dumbass dance. You know what I mean? But you learn from it, man, and you have appreciation for people and what they contributed. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for Lil, I probably wouldn't have never started rapping. Because back then I was listening to them, P.O.P., you know, like that. And that inspired me. Yeah, P.O.P. and Scorpio.
Wobbin' them,
You know what I mean? And so now, you know, I pay homage to those guys because they paved the way. You know what I mean? Real talk.
That's what's up. All right, y'all. Miss Kenilworth Katrina has entered the building. She's nothing but an icon living, y'all.
Walking legend right now.
What's up, sis? What's up, sis? Thank you for having me.
All right, tell us about your experience working with Lil and just knowing him.
Oh man, like everybody else, you know, I got 100 stories, but my best one is, of course, you know, we did a song together called "Struggling and Hustling," which is out on SoundCloud, and he made the beat. Lil made the beat.
Right.
That's when I first, you know, found out that he was a producer as well. Like I didn't know that he made beats as well. And I got like 7 or 8 of his beats still.
That's what's up.
And me and Black Wilson, we supposed to be getting together doing some stuff to it. But finding out that he was a producer, and then he came where I was living at the time. I was on the south side, and he had came to my house because he had been getting on me like, we gotta do a song together. We gotta do a song together. And I was like, all right, bet. And you know, just the time, and every time we was planning on doing it, it never worked out. But anyways, we got together. He came to my house. I had a little rinky-dink studio. But he still made it like, Lil was just vicious. And then what he spit, again, just like my man Tony Bello said, like, he make you like, dang, forget you a rapper. You know what I'm saying? His bars was just so, you know, he was just dope all around.
Yeah,
and,
he was definitely dope.
Yeah, and he just laid it down just like that at my house, and we kicked it, and you know, and I still got that footage too. Still got that footage, and yeah, man, Lil, he was just dope. You know, me and Jamil, we performed with him, Black Wilson, Hammer, everybody at Howard Theater, and that was dope. You know, just different things with him, but even outside of the music, he was just a cool dude.
Yeah.
The funniest moment when you had asked him that, I thought, and he said the award show, and I laughed to myself because my funniest moment with him was at an award show too. And I was coming out on the Howard Theater stage, and I'm performing in the middle of my performance. And me and Lil, we always smoked together. We always, you know, that's what we did. And he like, I'm walking out on the stage into the middle, and he throw his hands up, and I'm like, yeah, Big Lil, you know, in the middle of my performance, I'm saying his name. And he walks to the stage, and I go down to give him that, and this nigga put a tray 5 in my hand, man. And I was like, man, you wild for that one, Lil. You know, nobody know, but yeah. He stayed with he
always came with gifts.
He
though.
stayed with
always came with the gifts.
He stayed giving me treat. He stayed giving me treat, young, and like that was just our thing. You know, everybody know I smoke. You know what I'm saying? And he smoked, and we just used to just chill. Like that was my man.
But
young.
that was his thing. Anybody that smoked that came to Tropicalia, they
he
always got a gift when they
Yeah.
enter that door and hug Big Lil. Can't deny it. Sorry.
Too
That
bad
was
I
my
ain't
man.
smoke.
And if you didn't smoke, you got that drink.
He was
You
with
didn't
us
drink.
though. He was with us backstage,
definitely
just
held me
chilling out
down
though,
with a
you know.
couple
But
drinks,
Lil was just a cool. Aside from all of that, man, he was like you said, he was a genuine person. He had a big heart. He would give you anything. That's why I was so hurt when I found out. You know, when everything, all the details came out about everything about the people who did it, I was like, he would have gave them. He would have gave. You know what I'm saying? It hurt me that he lost his life like that because he would have gave anybody anything. He wasn't a selfish dude. You hear me? Right.
At all.
Exactly.
Just ask for it.
That's what I'm saying, and that bothered me. You know what I'm saying? Because us knowing the type of person he was, you know, somebody do that to him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
He legit want everybody to win. It wasn't
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't mind pushing people to be better or do more, or always had a good word for both of us, man. Some people thought y'all here, always like.
I mean, I give you an example. You know, I had a little. Nah, I ain't even gonna call it a beef because you know, we from the streets. I can't put certain terminology on certain things because it ain't even that serious. But there was some dude, you know what I mean, that I was getting ready just crushing the whole DMV scene. Like I was gonna crush him so bad he wasn't gonna want to rap again. And Lil was like, Bello, come on, man, you gotta let that go, man. You gotta let it go. He just kept saying that, right? And I'm looking at him like, Lil, man, you just don't understand. I got to, you know what I mean? Even in the spirit of competition, I got to go at this dude. But he managed to convince me. You know, me. Now, you know, I'm hard to convince. You know what I mean? He convinced me to just, so I said, man, you know what, I'm going to leave it alone.
Lay back.
And I left it alone, man. I never revisited, you know, the subject. You know, needless to say, the guy in question, he ain't doing nothing now. But I felt like, you know, he disrespected me. And I told Lil, matter of fact, I told him when we was riding to the studio, after he got off the phone, because he was on the phone for like 2 hours. And look, he get in the car, he leaned the seat all the way back.
That's Lil.
Mm-hmm. And got on the phone, right? And I'm like, Lil, we gotta listen to the track, Lil. We gotta listen to the track before we get there. He's like, oh, already know the track. You do it. He just steady talking, right? But, you know, he was the type of leader that, you know, other leaders looked up to.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
The OGs looked up to him.
He was a leader that no question. You know, it's just like if Scorpio hit me up right now and say, hey, I'm going to listen. You know what I mean? Because those are the pioneers of this game here. Like, you cannot go against the grain like that. Don't ever get too big-headed where, you know what I mean, you feel like you can't be taught a lesson or you can't learn from guys who've been doing this out here way longer. You know what I mean?
Shout out to my cousin Scope.
Yeah, man.
But
Scope gave me a knife. You know, that's my godfather, right? He gave me a knife, and he wrote my name on it. And that knife is in my Twilight Zone video. The big knife. If you look at the video, it's about a Rambo joint. He was over Southern Avenue, over there by where Scope lived, and he had all kinds of stuff. He's another dude that'll give you anything. You know what I mean? Like. I drove to Kansas one time for a show. He was like, Bello, no, stop by here and get these Ed Nikes. I got some Ed Nikes for you. You can wear those to Kansas. I was like, shit, all right. I still got them, too. Yeah. Like, I only wore one time.
He be having exclusive jumps. He be having exclusive.
Lil was the same way, you know what I mean? So
on the vein of how giving he was, we had a showcase at this bar called Solly's, where you know, man, we were all doing the music, me, Lil, and District, and Rico, shout out Swall now. And we wanted to do something where people would just have a showcase. We wasn't trying to make money off folks, so we arranged something with the bar where, you know, as long as they made their money, you know what I'm saying, we were good. So we could have charged anything, but I told them we're gonna make it free. We're just gonna give people a platform, you know what I'm saying? And he was all with that. So he was hosting it. You know what I'm saying? So you know how it is with the open mics, especially when you're doing something every week or every other week or whatever. People come in, they flood it early, you know what I'm saying? He there, he rock, and then, you know, they get used to it, and maybe they pop in, pop out. It didn't matter whether it was 100 people in there or 10 people in there. Lil was the same dude, you understand? It didn't matter whether the dude on stage was Nas or whether he was, you know, whoever. Lil was the same dude. He was going to build you up the same way. You wasn't going to leave there feeling like you was trash or nothing because of nothing that he did. You know what I'm saying? He was a grown man.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? And that's the main thing that I appreciated about him. We would get in the car, we would talk our stuff and clown, oh man, but he wouldn't make you feel that. You wouldn't know that when you was in there. You know what I'm saying? So, that's one of the things I appreciated about him the most.
But wasn't to be played with though.
Oh, that's they
I'll tell you
yeah,
that.
people. That's one of the things we should talk about. It's like, man, you know, they think I'm a teddy bear, man.
Yeah,
You know, they don't know, man. I said, look, Lil, they don't have to know this. You know, we don't. You know, they not gonna play with you, but you know, he's like, yeah, but you know,
niggas know.
They think I'm good, cause you know sometimes like with the open mic stuff, you know, people come going, I ain't get on yet, I ain't, you know. He like, man, I ain't for all that, you know. Tell him to chill out. I got him, Lil. Don't worry about it. I'm not, cause he wasn't for it, you know. But at the same time, he was all about good, positive energy, just peaceful energy. He did what he did. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't about broadcasting or advertising. He wasn't one of these suckers who felt like he needed to wear his stripes. You know, he just lived his life. You know what I'm saying? It's my man.
I do miss seeing his presence, like going to events and looking over in the corner and seeing him and Hammer. Yeah, see him and Hammer. That's all I remember. And you see this little short white dude beside him. It's like his Hammer. You know, they always
with the Aces
joint. So you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hammer.
Shout out to Hammer.
Shout out to Hammer.
He is representing the DMV over in Jamaica right now.
When Hammer lost him, that was it. He left this month. He ain't not here for
You know, but I reach out and talk to Hammer all the time, just encourage him.
That was his other half, bro.
It was just like they was a duo, like like brother, like they looked out, they argued, but they still loved each other and looked out for, and it was genuine. You know what I'm saying? So it broke his heart. Like he was the one that contacted me when he was at Listen. He was like Mel, you know, it hurts for me to come up in here every Saturday and looking for Lil to walk through the door. So you know, so I helped him to find another place where he can be, but it's still because they went everywhere in this. So it probably wasn't a place that he could go.
That he could not have a memory and expect him to walk through the door.
That's why I said that was it for him. That's it.
But y'all know our brother Jason, he really need our prayers. He's about to have. Well, I don't know if he's going to do it soon, but he needs his kidney, and he's preparing to have kidney surgery.
Yeah, and Mac, in fact, he didn't think he'll be able to go to Jamaica because of that kidney stuff. So y'all definitely keep him, you know, reach out to him, just, you know what I'm saying, just continue to show him love, encourage him, you know what I'm saying, and you know, because it means a lot.
It do. Just a hey, how you doing? Just checking on you.
I'm just calling you. I don't want anything. You know, please do that for everybody, not just for Ham or to Lil's brothers. You know, I reach out every now and then and say, hey, how y'all doing? You know, everything cool? How y'all? You know what I'm saying? I do stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just to do it. Like I don't need anybody to do anything for me. You know what I'm saying? So
one of the things I realized after he passed was. He was such a good dude. He had so many personal relationships that everybody felt like a part of him was theirs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it took everybody got their own separate relationship with him. Everybody got their own little corner of him. You know what I'm saying? And so it affected everybody because you know I had to get out of my bag when like you go to the funeral without he got brothers. You know what I'm saying? He's got children. He's got, you know, you know what I'm saying? He got other people who was rocking with him 20 years ago, 30 years ago, high school friends, elementary school friends, you know what I'm saying? And all these people felt a real personal sense of loss when he got taken away. You know what I'm saying? So all you do is you appreciate the piece of him that you had, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate that he rocked with you like that.
Right.
You know?
That was real. That's real, man.
Yeah,
that was real.
And even though we know how he died, you know, gun violence, how do y'all feel about the gun violence now that's going on in our city?
I don't know. I kind of got a different perspective on it, man, because you know,
been on that side.
Yeah, because I mean, back in my heyday, you know, it was a lot more murders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was, you know, crack was just starting to come in. You know,
the murder capital
it was 400, 500 murders a year, and now it's like what 150. Not saying it's, you know, not trying to make light of it, but you know, somebody made a comment the other day and said that, you know, this generation is done, is they crazy, but I'm like, this generation just like the generation I came out with. There's really no difference. The mechanics may be different, but the motives and stuff is all the same. You know what I mean? There's nothing new under the sun. There's just a new way of doing it, but the base of it is nothing new. For example, communication is nothing new under the sun. Man been communicating since man was created, but there's different ways of communication now. You know, you got phones, you got Wi-Fi, but it's still communication. So I think it's always going to be a problem when you have people with lack of knowledge. And gun violence, the basis of that is lack of knowledge, because a lot of murders are happening because of some simple shit that does not have to take it to that level. Something he say, she say, or I thought they said, or this is my hood. You don't own nothing on the block. You don't even own the house you live in, but you willing to die for a street sign or a crew or a gang or whatever. Right. That's lack of knowledge. It all goes down to lack of knowledge. You know what I mean? You can't, you look at somebody funny, they're gonna want to kill you. You don't even know, I could be your cousin somewhere down the line. You know what I mean? Your family might know my family, even though we don't know each other.
Right.
And guess what? We meet at the funeral. And then they realize, oh, you shot him because what?
Right.
What you shoot him for? You know what I mean? Now, if it's just a situation where you have to do something because somebody did something egregious to your family or something, I mean, it is what it is. But the majority, I believe, mine is like could be avoided, man. But you know, but everybody out here trying to prove a point.
Yeah, but you know that was one thing about Lil. He always had a soft spot for the youngins.
Yeah.
For the kids, he always wanted. We got to do something to help these kids. We got to save these kids. Thinking about kids.
What's up? What's up?
Hello?
Call in on the main dial right now. But you gotta have a heart for the kids, you know what I mean? You got to, and the other thing is, the OGs, man, we need to step up, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes we sit back and we condone and shit, you know what I mean? We just, yeah, man, that's what you're supposed to do, youngin'. Nah, that's not what you're supposed to do.
Step up for us youngins.
Yeah. You know, you gotta tell them the truth, man.
Hello? Hello? Hey, boo.
Hey, how you doing?
Fine. Hey, y'all, this is Lil on the line.
Hey, what's going on, Lil?
What it do? What it do?
All right,
I
so.
can't go. I'm mad I couldn't be there.
It's okay. We got 20 Bello in the house.
Yeah.
We had Fairmont Fats. We have.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
We got Mr. City and Kenilworth Katrina in here. Miss
What's up, y'all?
What up? What's
good
going
with
on?
you, bro?
What's going on, sunshine?
And just a lot of your dad friends are in here. So tell us about a little about your dad as being his son and just having the honor of growing up as his child, his son, one and only son.
I mean, pretty much, man. Growing up, everybody was my uncle, everybody pretty much knew me. That I was my father's son. As soon as they seen me, I looked smack like him.
Yes.
Yeah. But pretty much, man, every time I was with him, man, we was riding around. We was trying to get it. We was never still. We was in the studio. We was riding around the streets trying to get to a studio. We was trying to do something.
Right.
Okay.
We was never on those still shit. We was always moving.
Ever.
Yeah. So we see that you starting your music career. Is that in tribute to your dad?
Yeah, that's what it is, for real.
So basically, the legacy is going to live
I
on.
gotta keep the ball rolling.
That's what's up.
You do.
That's right. That's what's up. So Vegas, the legacy is going to move on. And what's the title of your first project?
The The name of my first, what you mean, far as like the video or the mixtape I'm dropping?
Either one. You can give us both.
Well, the first single I just dropped on YouTube is Osama the Drama, No Rats Allowed, NIA. The project is pretty much the EP is gonna be called The State versus the Drama. As far as like all this court, all the trials and tribulations I went through, as far as this court shit, all that, I'm just tell everybody my story.
That's what you gotta do. It's the best way to go.
Yes, sir.
What's this IG?
Yeah, give everybody your IG and your social media information so they can follow you.
You can follow me on IG at DB4L_Osama, OSAMA. And you know, y'all can still follow my father at Big Lil, BIGLYL. You know, just still show double tap them pictures, show him love. We gotta keep him living. And everything gonna be everything. I promise y'all that he's still it.
That's what's up. So, congratulations on your new son.
Congrats.
Appreciate that. His name Khalil too.
Right. So his name, he got the whole name.
Yeah, he got the whole name. His name 3. We call him 3 since I'm junior. We call him 3.
Right.
Okay. Cool. That's what's up. That's what's up.
They gonna run the rap game for like the next 100 years.
Yeah, you ready to put that work in?
Hello.
Yeah. So how's what's her name? Jada?
Yeah.
How's she doing?
She just went with her grandmother, her and my son. They gone, but she good. Everything's good spirit with her. She doing this school thing now. She in kindergarten now, so we trying to get her on a straight path to, you know, scholar.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, and just know that we keep your dad alive. You and the family are in our prayers. We're gonna do this balloon release, and just know we sending our prayers up for you and the family. And his legacy will live on through you and us.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Y'all know y'all my family, man. And I know that he appreciates y'all too. I really do appreciate y'all though. Hey, Pandora, thank you so much, because you always reach out. Like when stuff going crazy in my life, you reach out. And I'm like, that must be my father telling me to calm my ass down. So I'll be like, all right, let me go ahead and calm down and just rethink about everything that I'm doing.
That's what's up.
But yeah, everything really gonna be for 2019, man. Everything is gonna be on the ups, and my father definitely gonna realize, be reshaking that head, looking upstairs, and like, damn, Slim, child like did that for me.
That's what's up. We'll keep the music alive.
For all this clothes thing, I'm trying to get the Aces movement going back too.
Okay, we gonna talk about that. We can talk about that.
Get that back. I'm talking about him about that.
Okay.
So yeah, we got everything. We about to get the ball back rolling.
That's what's up. And all these people, I know if you need any help with your music, they are open for you to reach out to them.
Yeah, anytime.
Oh yeah. So if y'all got my Instagram, please follow me. Reach out, because I don't really know who.
We'll reach out to you.
Say that Instagram again.
Say it for us one more time.
Say your Instagram one more time.
DB4L. It's actually the 4 instead of the it's the number 4 instead of the word. It's DB4L_Osama.
There's a picture of him and his dad.
Got you.
We got you.
They
We
got
just
you.
you now.
They gonna reach out. Any help you need with your music, they got you.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. I appreciate y'all. I really do.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Have a good day. We gonna go live, so somebody will put up the video of the balloon release, and I'll tag you in it and everything.
All right. Okay. Cool. Y'all already did that?
No, we about to do it in a few minutes.
Oh yeah. I ain't gonna make it. I'm still waiting on my mother.
Okay.
All right.
But we gonna go live. I got you.
All right. Thank y'all so much.
All right, y'all. What's up? Hey, come on over. Another one of his friends. At least tell everybody who your name.
Tone.
What's your name?
Tone.
Tone.
Yeah.
said peace to everybody here on live.
Hello. Alright, y'all, so we about to go through the balloon release and we hit y'all back. We out.
You been my homie ever since that cold December. Your mama like mine put me up the coldest winter. 89, we sipped some crazy wine, caught trains to different places. Stole from 7-Eleven and made them fake ass police chases, but they had nothing coming. We knew each and every cut. Stop beefing with my homie. Nah, look, I got your back and that's no question. Brought our levels together, learning everyday lessons about the hustle and the struggle. Sometimes she was the only one I had to run to. And I'll admit to you, we had our share of scuffles. You come with my dog wrong, I'ma be the one that black. And when there's trouble, we scrap back to back. Sold all that for scraps. And with the money came the drama, busting caps. We strapped, yeah. Cold world, we was forced to adapt. But you and me, we got to see our way up out of this trap. Cause you my ace, homie.
You been my ace in the streets. Setting up shop at the
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the gift of the courage. I'm still here to speak about it. Stylistics, Isaac Hayes and Maze, pumping joy and pain.